10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Utkarsh Tandon, and I welcome you all once again to this interactive post-match analysis. A crucial day it was as far as the teams teams for the playoff race was concerned. And as we speak, post today's game, we have another two teams who've qualified for the playoffs. An important game, but a game where both the teams, the victorious one and the one who lost the game, both came happy out of the ground. Obviously, the degree of happiness hasn't been the same, but still, as both the teams made it to the playoffs, both the teams made the cut, so happiness was there on the faces of both the teams. Now, Delhi, yeah, we have Usman with us, so. So now Delhi have clinched the game, and now they sit at the second spot. It means that they'll have couple of chances to qualify for the playoffs. Qualify one. If they lose the qualify one, they'll still have the eliminator. On the other hand, RCB have qualified, but they are at the third spot, so they'll need to play the do or die games from here on. That is qualify two. If they lose, they'll be back. If they win, they'll go to the eliminator, which will be a do or die game to qualify for the finals. Now, I'll talk today on a larger aspect, that is the IPL. How the IPL 2020 has been, because it has been so amazing, so exciting, and the trailer we saw right there in the second match where we have a tie, where we have a trailer, and after that what we have witnessed is the story of this IPL so far, the interest of this IPL, how fascinating this IPL has been. Means tomorrow is the 56th game of this IPL, last game of the league stage, and post the result of tomorrow's match, we'll have the fourth team for the playoffs. So you can actually feel the excitement as a viewer, as a fan of the game. This has been I can say the most exciting IPL, and it was required in these unprecedented times, in these COVID times where we were all surrounded with morbidity. This IPL has given us another chance to cheer. This IPL has given us another chance to celebrate. So I would say thanks a lot to IPL and to the BCCI who've done a commendable job in conducting this IPL. Although there was no crowd, there were no fans cheering up, but still, it has been, you can say, it has been an IPL has given us a chance to cheer once again, to become lively once again, to become joyful. It has given those moments to be lively once again when we were all surrounded by morbidity, negativity in these COVID times. So now coming on to today's match and a quick brief summary for you all. RCB and Delhi Capitals. RCB had two changes. Shivam Dube and Shahbaz Ahmed, the left arm spinner, were replacing Gurkirat Maan and Navdeep Saini. Whereas Delhi Capitals had three changes. Ajinkya Rahane was in, Akshar Patel was in, and also Daniel Sams, the left arm pacer, was in place of Shimran Hetmyer, in place of Praveen Dubey and Harshal Patel. Shreyas Iyer won the toss, elected to bowl first. RCB had a good start for the first 3 overs to say. Then Josh Philippe got out, and after that Devdutt Padikkal and Virat Kohli had a good partnership, had a good partnership, but at the same time they could not have that top gear in that partnership. It means the runs came, but not at a very good run rate, not at a decent run rate. And Devdutt Padikkal again scored a 55th 50 for Devdutt Padikkal in this IPL, and two records. I'll mention those records for you. Two records for Devdutt Padikkal this season. Most runs by an uncapped player in any IPL season. Devdutt Padikkal has that record now. And most number of 50s by an Indian uncapped player, or rather by an uncapped player this season. So 550s and 472 runs. He has amassed 472 runs this season. So now it was the flourish from AB de Villiers, 35 of 21, and Shivam Dube 17 from 11, and RCB reached 152 for 7. For Delhi Capitals, Henrik Nokia picked 3 wickets. Top wicket taker, 3 for 33 in his 4 overs. Rabada again economical as well as picked couple of wickets, 2 for 30 in his 4 overs. Akshar Patel couldn't pick a wicket but choked RCB in the middle overs along with Ravi Ashwin. Ravi Ashwin was outstanding. 4 overs he bowled, gave just 18 runs and took the big wicket of Virat Kohli. Big wicket of Virat Kohli, and it was the first time when Ravi Ashwin dismissed Virat Kohli in the Indian Premier League. Now, as DC came to chase the target, they were off to a flying start by Shikhar Dhawan and Prithvi Shaw, although Prithvi Shaw got out scoring just 9 runs, but Shikhar Dhawan was in full flow as he scored 54 of 41 deliveries, and then he was joined by Ajinkya Rahane, who again made a half century, 60 of 46 deliveries. But again there was a twist, as in the 17th and 18th over, Shreyas Iyer and Ajinkya Rahane got out respectively. We thought as viewers that there'll be some twist again, but DC won this game convincingly in 19 overs with Marcus Stoinis and Rishabh Pant there unbeaten. So this was the summary of the match. And now the viewers, you can also join us in the live. I'm dropping the link. You can join us in the live chat. I've dropped the link below, and we'll be joined by our expert, Mr. Monty Panesar, in a few moments. So yeah, we'll be joined by our experts, Mr. Monty Panesar, our expert, in a few moments. And till the very time, you can also join. I've dropped the link for you. Yeah, I've dropped the link for you now. For RCB, 152 wasn't a very good total. Means if it wasn't a challenging total, a fighting total. Had there been 20 runs more, 170 would have been a good total to fight on those wickets, considering the due factor. But still, RCB did well as Delhi Capitals completed the target or chased down the target in the 19th over. Means they took 19 overs to chase the 152, considering the due factor as well. So good effort by their bowlers. And now coming on the first innings of Royal Challengers Bangalore, if we speak Virat Kohli, means I'll come to Devdutt Padikkal as well. They started with Virat Kohli, and to start with Virat Kohli scored 29 of 24 deliveries, irrespective of getting one life earlier, as his catch was dropped by Henrik Nokia. And despite that, he could just score 29. Not many times we see that Virat Kohli getting a chance, getting a life, and still not capitalizing it. But here we saw, and we also need to give credit to Ravi Ashwin. The way he bowled today, he was more dependent on his stock deliveries, that is his off spinners and his off spinners. So he was more dependent on his relying on his stock deliveries. Also bowled a bit slower in the air, which troubled the batters. So they were not quite comfortable hitting the ball. and that's what happened to Virat Kohli. He tried to hit one, कोशिश तो की थी, but he just hit it straight to the hands of long on, where Marcus Stoinis was guarding the boundary. So as our expert Mr. Monty Panesar joins, Monty Panesar जब जुड़ेंगे, आप लोग भी वैसे में जुड़ सकते हैं हमारे साथ लाइव. मैंने लिंक शेयर कर रखा है और पाजी भी हमारे साथ कुछ ही देर में जुड़ेंगे. So we'll discuss about Ravi Ashwin as well कि जिस क्या उन्होंने आज अलग किया, because for the last 3 games we've been witnessing or noting that Ravi Ashwin has been quite expensive for the last three games, and today he was absolutely spot on. He was phenomenal, and when Delhi Capitals needed most of him, so he picked 1 wicket of 18 runs in 4 overs. So I have our viewer Rohan with us.
Hi,
Hello
Utkarsh.
Rohan, how are you? Yeah.
I'm great. What about you?
Yeah, good. I'm fine too. And what a game of cricket. Both the teams means one team victorious, one team lost the game, but both the teams still happy, irrespective of the degree of happiness. Both the teams still happy to make the cut.
Actually, I don't know. Will RCB will be still able to qualify after this loss?
RCB has qualified. Just to inform the viewers once again, Mumbai Indians number 1, number 2 Delhi Capitals, and these two teams will play the qualifier 1, whereas RCB has qualified and RCB will play the qualifier 2. The fourth team is yet to be called after the result of tomorrow's game between Mumbai and Hyderabad.
Okay. So RCB has qualified on the basis of net run rate.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
understood.
Because KKR, because they have a better run rate than Kolkata Knight Riders.
I believe Kolkata Knight Riders winning tomorrow, and they'll be qualifying for as the fourth team.
Hyderabad. It's not KKR. It's Hyderabad versus Mumbai.
Okay, sorry,
Now
Hyderabad versus Mumbai.
Now Kolkata's luck totally depends on the tomorrow's game, and they'll be hoping that MI clinches the game tomorrow.
Yeah, I believe they'll be able to. SRH will be able to clinch the victory. But then also everything depends upon the net run rate.
Yeah, no. As Hyderabad has a very healthy run rate, and this is the advantage which they have, because their run rate is in positive 0.56. Positive 0.56 means miles ahead.
Okay, so they'll be easily qualifying them. Is that so? Hyderabad will be easily qualifying if they win tomorrow against Mumbai Indians.
Yeah. Yes, they just require a win. So that is what favors Hyderabad, that they don't have that headache of run rate to improve their run rate or any stuff like this. They just need a win, and that's it.
Understood. Yeah, you can carry on with your proceedings.
Yeah. So hello, Aman. Aman has also joined us. Warm welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much. And tonight, RCB and Delhi Capital, both fans will be happy because finally RCB, after playing a good tournament, starting the tournament with a huge winning and consecutive wins, finally they qualified, and Delhi Capitals also. So congratulations for both the fans, and to me also a little bit, because I was with RCB tonight, and the way first inning goes, it was again heartbreaking. And what's your take on Aaron Finch? Because Aaron Finch and Moeen Ali both misses tonight's game again, and they are Virat Kohli goes with Josh Philippe. Well, Aaron Finch scored many runs for Australia in do or die matches, in knockout matches. So again, a hard call from Virat Kohli.
Yeah. See, Josh Philippe is a very talented player, and I've seen him bat in the Big Bash League as well. He's a sensational player, and according to me, future of Australia who will serve them for long. But today in this game, in this crucial game, I think Aaron Finch was the player to call for, with his experience and with the kind of just experience only, and with the kind of destruction he can do uh, to the opposition, and he can just take away the game for you in those power play overs only. And if he bats those 6 overs, he can take away. And see, if you look at the end result, it was just 20 runs. Had RCB made those 20 extra runs, and the total for DC to chase would have been 170, 175. DC were in a trouble as they collapsed in the 17th and 18th over. Shreyas Iyer and Ajinkya Rahane got out in quick succession, which left DC in a dwindling position. As you could see, Rishabh Pant wasn't able to middle the ball. He could not middle
Mm.
any of the balls which he played.
He throughout the season he's not he was not able to middle the ball,
Yeah,
and in this match also he was not able to.
yeah,
Mhm.
a
And
serious issue on his fitness, to say, means without mincing words, serious issue
Mm.
on his fitness, and he needs to really work on his fitness. Otherwise, it's the road forward is very tough.
Also, what I noticed, he was not playing to his full potential. Earlier, he used to hit the ball freely. Now he was having some fear inside him that I have done such mistakes on international level, that on the very first ball when he arrives on the crease, he tries to hit the ball hard, and that has gone against him. And he was trying in this season of Indian Premier League. I have noticed that he was trying to build his innings, but he wasn't able to because he wasn't playing to his character, because it's not
Yes,
his
and
character.
today
The
also,
way he's
yeah,
playing, hmm, the way he's
yeah,
playing,
and today
we haven't
also.
seen Rishabh Pant. Yeah, you can carry on. Okay, I have completed my.
Okay. So, sorry for interrupting, but today also,
No issues with that.
what I noticed was that when Rishabh Pant was trying to pull the ball as well, he was trying to pull it really hard, without even bothering for the timing. He was going to hit it
Hmm.
really hard, and it just he could just pull an edge out of that. And Delhi ultimately won with that edge, which went over keeper's head for the boundary. So I think, see, four consecutive losses for Delhi Capitals, but now they've won. See,
Hmm.
Abdullah Masood has joined us. So yeah.
Hi,
So
hi, Abdullah. Yeah.
what I was saying that uh, Delhi had four consecutive losses, and now they've won the game, so they'll go with the momentum on their side to qualify one. But RCB now has four consecutive losses, and they'll go to play a do or die game in the qualifier two. They'll still have a chance. They'll still have a cushion of one game. But if you look at Royal Challengers Bangalore, they'll go and play the do or die game after that four consecutive losses, whereas Delhi Capitals have ended their losing streak.
And it's a positive for them that they are already in the top two, and they don't have to play twice, as RCB will be playing two matches to get the qualification for the final match. They'll get two
So
chances. Sorry. My bad. Delhi Capital, if they lose their first game, they'll get another chance to play the eliminator, and it's an advantage for them, I believe.
yeah, and if Mr. Abdullah is there, so I have Mr. Abdullah, if you are there, I've dropped the joining link as well. You can join in, as Paji will be joining us in a few moments. So what
and
he's
yes,
saying, they
and
would
my
prefer
next
SRH or okay. So RCB would prefer SRH or KKR. It's the question. I feel they'll still prefer KKR. I feel they'll prefer KKR, not SRH.
Because
uh,
SRH
Is
has a
what
better
I
bowling
feel.
lineup. Hmm.
But if
Definitely.
RCB
SRH
will
is a
face,
team which has been on a run, whereas KKR has been breaking, bouncing, but SRH has been on a run.
yes,
Hmm.
but
Yeah,
They
if
continue, Aman.
yeah, if RCB get chance to match with KKR, this that time Russell, we saw Russell yesterday. He was middling the ball really hard, but unfortunately he got out. He straight to the point. I think yes, if I'm remembering the right thing. So actually, the my next question is if Delhi losses, if Delhi would have not won the match tonight, so who would be the who would be the reason for that? Ajinkya Rahane again or Daniel Sams? Because they played Daniel Sams instead of Admire again. Weakening again instead of one additional batsman, they go for a bowler. So if Delhi
See,
would
at the
have
same
lost the match,
time, at the same time, if you look at RCB, they have Josh Phillip, Devdutt Patikal as their openers. Number three, Virat Kohli. Number four, AB de Villiers. And after that, you have Shivam Dubey, Chris Morris. Means you cannot go with Morris or Dubey as your five or six.
Hmm.
Means this is
Sure.
insane. You're playing a do or die game, such a crucial game, and you're going with Dubey and Morris as your five, fifth and sixth batter.
Moeen
And
Ali would have been a
this
better
has been
option.
the Yeah, and this has been the pressure on Virat and ABD, that they play with that pressure, that they know that if we get out, who is there? Who is left? And with that pressure, today also Virat Kohli tried playing against his characteristic. Also, giving also I would give due credit to Ravichandran Ashwin, but Virat Kohli played that shot which which he could have resisted, but he got out on 29 of 24. And as Aman asked about Delhi, that who could have been blamed had Delhi lost the match. I think they're batting, because still Daniel Sams giving 40 in 4, still you restricted RCB at 152. So had they lost
Hmm.
the game, you would have blamed Delhi's batting.
completely. Ajinkya Rahane, hopefully Ajinkya
Rohan,
Rahane fired
any
tonight. And
comment? Any comment on this?
Yeah,
yes, yes, I would
I
like to.
agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you, Utkarsh, on this. We have seen Ajinkya Rana getting so many chances, but he also hasn't performed this season hasn't been the way Ajinkya Rahane has played earlier in the previous seasons. I believe earlier he used to anchor the innings as he was opening, and he was also a captain for Rajasthan Royals. But this season
Yeah,
he is playing under the captaincy of his fellow Mumbai teammate Shreyas Iyer, and he hasn't got that much chances in the beginning of the season. He was brought in the team in between when Rishabh Pant got injured, and he wasn't playing his matches. So I believe if Ajinkya Rahane would have got chance from the very beginning of the season, uh, tables would have turned for him and as well as for Delhi Capitals, as they would have got a better Ajinkya version of Ajinkya Rahane to bank upon.
correct. And as you mentioned, a lot of chopping and changing for Delhi. Prithvi, Ajinkya. So a lot of
Hmm.
chopping and changing, and I would say a big disappointment for Prithvi Shaw as well this IPL, because he started really well. Started with a couple of 50s, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. Started really well, but it was in the middle of the tournament where he just could not mold his game according to the situation, and he went for those glorious shots right there in the middle where wicket was not that much supportive, and the ball was not coming that good on the bat, but he could not mold his game, and that's what Sunny Gavaskar sir was also criticizing him. But a disappointment for Prithvi Shaw as well this season.
Yeah. Uh, I would say that a perfect example would be Shikhar Dhawan in his early stage in the beginning of the season. Shikhar Dhawan was not hitting the ball quite well, but what he did, he stayed for a longer time. He was taking more balls, but he was scoring at a slower strike rate. But he was there on the crease. He was playing those balls,
Yeah,
and that helped him in return, and we saw two brilliant centuries coming from his bat.
yeah,
Say I would say if Prithvi Shaw would have done the similar thing, he might have played the complete season for Delhi Capitals, and he may also may have got registered a century on his name, but he did.
yeah,
But
definitely.
sometime
Yeah,
Ye- Here I want to here I would like to add something, but sometimes team management says that you have okay, you are getting out earlier, but you are middling the ball quite nicely. So go with your flow, go with your natural innings, natural shot, the way you play. So sometimes the team management also plays a crucial role when a player is not getting runs and not scoring big runs in a match.
But a player listens to the
yeah,
management
yeah.
only when he is under the management. When he comes out to bat, he is himself, and he likes to play the way he wants to.
Correct. And as we talk a lot about captain as well, that the as soon as captain steps on the field with his 10 other players, he's the boss, and that's what the player is. He's the boss of his game as soon as he comes there in the middle to bat. So really agreed on this point. Now Ashwin. Now coming to the Ashwin point, what Ashwin did. Sorry, we've talked about Ashwin. Sorry, uh, Dhawan. Dhawan again scoring in a very crucial game for Delhi Capitals. So two centuries we saw earlier. Today we saw another good 50, 54 or 41, but according to the context of the game, you would say good innings. So Shikhar Dhawan, uh, okay, okay, okay. Paji is there at the meetings. It's some meeting at the moment, so probably he could not join today. He would not join today. I just got a text, but we'll wrap up in 10 minutes after a discussion. Now Dhawan again scoring in a crucial game. So
Hmm.
Dhawan is really looking forward for that T20 chance for the national setup, or he he's really out of the scheme of things. What do you guys as fans think? Do you
Uh,
want Shikhar Dhawan back? Do you want Shikhar Dhawan back?
Yeah, for sure. I do want. I am a big Shikhar Dhawan fan, and he has shown his caliber. Always, whenever it comes to a big match or a big game, he even we have seen in the ICC tournaments in 2013, 2015, in 2019 he wasn't able to because of his injury. But we have seen that he has performed on in big matches. Uh, when it comes to big leagues and big matches, he has done for his team always, and I believe he was never out of scheme, particularly when we say in T20 for T20 internationals, he was scoring at a slow rate in T20 internationals. But I believe when we have players like Lokesh Rahul sitting on the bench, there is a certain pressure on team management that yes, we have to push him because he can give that early start which the team needs, which was Dhawan lacking at that point of time. But he was never out of scheme, I believe, for the T20 matches. In Test matches, he hasn't been able to convert his inning into big double centuries or triple centuries. But in T20, in shorter format of games, in shorter format, he has shown that he has enough potential, and he'll be able to perform whenever the management and whenever the BCCI gives him chance to.
Okay. So Aman, do you have the same opinion
Yes,
as?
yes. Yeah, yeah, completely agree with Rohan because We have seen Shikhar Dhawan before 2015 World Cup. He, India was in Australia for Australia tour, and he was not scoring runs. But suddenly in the ICC tournament, I don't know what happened with Shikhar Dhawan. And maybe he's a big tournament player and big match
So,
player, and he only performs in ICC tournament especially. And yes, completely
okay,
agree with Rohan.
okay. So just out of curiosity, Dhawan bats with Rohit and one
Hmm.
and two. KL Rahul will bat at three.
Rohit Sharma is in. He's not in the squad as per
No, no.
the list which we
I'm
got.
I'm
Okay,
I'm
you're
I'm
talking
talking
about the
about
World Cup.
the ICC
Okay,
Yeah.
event. ICC event, as you are mentioning, Dhawan
yeah.
and Rohit to
Again,
open the innings. Uh,
again,
Rahul at three,
yeah. Hmm,
or
hmm.
or
Kohli
Rahul
at
at
four.
somewhere. Kohli at four.
Kohli.
So Kohli at four hasn't been successful. Kohli at three, a legend, but Kohli at four hasn't been that successful in T20 cricket. So again, there is
So
mix up.
yeah,
Means
yeah. What I believe that the next the series which we have, the T20 series, is the litmus test for Shikhar Dhawan. If he doesn't performs in this series, he'll be out of the scheme directly.
he's
KL
not
Rahul
there.
opening the inning. He's in the
He's
T20
not
squad,
there.
I believe. He is
No.
in the T20 squad, I believe. No, he is
He is
not.
only
Oh,
and only in the 50 over squad, and that's why I asked this question, because this is what my feeling is, that BCCI does not consider Shikhar Dhawan in their scheme of things for the T20 setup and also for the Test setup. Now Shikhar Dhawan, what I feel about the thinking of the BCCI and the team management, that they'll now only and only have Shikhar Dhawan in the 50 overs format, is what I feel and what I observed out of this selection and the previous selections as well.
okay. So he's. I didn't know that it was. I was unaware of it that
Yeah.
Dhawan is not in the T20 squad. But what's the
So
schedule? Will what will fall earlier? T20s are
T20s,
before the.
T20
T20s.
Okay.
ODI, yeah, T20 ODI test.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is the format of the series.
And who, according to you, who will be opening with KL Rahul
Rohit,
in the
means
absence of
in
Rohit
this
Sharma?
series,
Yeah, in the absence of Rohit Sharma, who
maybe
will be opening?
maybe Shubman Gill,
Maybe
or they might give
or
a chance to
Sanju
Sanju Samson.
Sanju Samson, yeah. Sanju
They
I
Samson.
might,
believe
they will be.
Shubman Gill will be the
Virat would
first
be
choice.
tempted.
For
No,
Shubman
no,
Gill
Virat would be
would be the.
tempted. Yeah, Virat would be tempted for Sanju Samson as well. Maybe is that what I feel, but no one knows with this Indian setup. No one knows
Hmm.
what would happen. Rishabh Pant would play a series overseas, whereas Riddhiman Saha plays a series domestic in India. So no one knows with this Indian setup. So now moving ahead, but today for tomorrow's game. Now we've had much, and we'll discuss about these teams prior to their qualifier games as well. So coming to tomorrow's game between Mumbai Indians and SRH, Mumbai through Mumbai top spot, and no issues for Mumbai Indians to say. But for
Hmm.
Hyderabad, they'll be desperate, or rather make or break day for Hyderabad as well. They'll be uh, waiting with bated breath to grab those 2 points and seal their place in the playoffs for the qualifier two, and then go at loggerheads with Royal Challengers Bangalore. So who do you bank on? Who do you bank on? My straight question: who do you bank on tomorrow, Hyderabad or Mumbai Indians?
I believe Hyderabad will be winning tomorrow's game, as the SRH has been a regular team who has qualified for the playoffs in the previous seasons as well, and they know what pressure does come when these type of situation arises. So they'll be easily able to handle this, and they'll qualify for the playoffs if they have a better run rate than KKR. I'm not aware of that who
Yeah,
has
they
a better
have.
run rate, but as you
They
mentioned.
They have a better run rate than KKR and RCB as well. They are in positives.
Far better.
So
Actually, more than RCB also and Delhi
Yeah,
Capitals.
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
so that I would say that clearly SRH qualifying for the playoffs tomorrow, and we'll see them playing in the playoffs for sure against RCB.
Okay. Now before going to Aman, what I would like to point out is that Mumbai, before playing that qualifier, will not attempt to break that winning run, will not attempt to break that winning combination. In my view, will not attempt to give rest to players and break their rhythm. So if Mumbai steps on the field with the playing 11 which they'll field in the qualifier one against Delhi Capitals, and Hardik also comes in, Bumrah is there, Pattinson is there. So in that case, in that case, don't you think there'll be a stiff competition?
Mumbai has been a quality side as always. They have showed that there's no one who can compete with Mumbai when it comes to the playing 11 or the combination which comes on the field. But
Agree.
I believe as SRH has finally solved that lower middle order problem with Jason Holder coming, he has that experience. He has captained West Indies for several years, and he will be playing against his fellow mate Kieran Pollard, who will be captaining for Mumbai Indians. So I believe a lot depends on Jason Holder tomorrow, how he performs, how he bowls, and how he'll be batting for SRH. If cards cards go the way in if the cards go towards
Go in favor of, yeah.
if the cards go in favor of SRH, yeah, for sure, I believe, and specifically for Jason Holder, for sure, SRH will be qualifying tomorrow, and we'll see them playing in the playoffs against RCB. And they will be a tough fight for RCB as well, as they already have a quality bowling lineup, and a, and two international
Solid batting
captains in
lineup.
form of, yeah, a strong batting lineup as well. They have a young Indian middle order as well in the form of Manish Pandey and uh, Abdullah. What was his name? I am, if I'm not wrong.
Abdul
What was
Samad,
his
Abdul
name?
Samad,
Abdul Samad.
Abdul
Abdul
Yeah,
Samad.
Samad.
Abdul Samad, and Priyam
Yeah.
Garg is also there. So I believe a lot depends on that middle order: Manish Pandey, Abdul Samad, Priyam Garg, Abhishek Sharma, and Jason Holder.
Vijay Shankar, if he's
Yeah.
fit. Vijay
Let's see.
Shankar, if
Yeah,
he's fit, subject to his fitness.
I will.
Yeah. So
I'm
and
eager to see
also,
what combination they'll be playing tomorrow.
okay, and also praise should be for Captain David Warner as well. The way he's used his resources, limited resources. I would say the way he's used his limited resources, because Bhuvi was out,
Hmm.
Shakib Al Hasan was out due to injury, and these two were the main players for them. I mean, Shakib Al Hasan strikes the balance for SRH, giving them 4 overs.
Hmm.
If not four, then two or three in every game. Picking, he would pick one or two wickets in every game. He would bat down the order for you. So Shakib Al Hasan, in the absence of Shakib, and Bhuvneshwar
Bhuvneshwar Kumar.
Kumar, the lead bowler of Hyderabad, in the absence of Bhuvi, in the absence of Shakib, and then in the last game we saw there was no Vijay Shankar. In that situation, also the way he used his limited resources, the way he's piled them up, and uh, all I can say that he has pulled the performances according to their potential. As we saw Sandeep
Hmm.
Sharma bowling 3 overs in the power play according to what his forte is, to swing the ball, to seam the ball, and he's done well. He's performed well. So equal credit to the players as well as to the captain uh, who's come forward with the available resources for was there for Hyderabad. Now Aman, your point.
Right, yes, as much I have followed Mumbai Indians since 5 years. And yes, Mumbai Indians will change their playing 11. Might be Chris Lynn having a game, and Bolt will be resting. Bumrah will not rest, according to me, because Bumrah is just one wicket below the 1 wicket less to take the purple cap. Maybe he would be playing the game, but
No,
Trent
he
Bolt.
has. He already has the purple cap, if I'm
No, no,
not
no.
mistaken.
Kagiso Rabada
Okay.
takes up the purple cap,
Okay.
and Mitchell
Okay.
McClaragan having the first game of Dream IPL 2020 instead of
Yeah,
replacing
that
Trent
that's
Bolt.
what I was talking about. That they'll not tempt for these changes. Chris Lynn coming in, Mitchell McClenaghan coming in, because ultimately these guys, Chris Lynn and Mitch McClenaghan, will not feature in the 11 which they'll field against Delhi Capitals in the qualifier one. So why to break the rhythm of the players who are in a sublime touch to say?
Hmm.
But they are playing since first match. They will able to do, because last year I have
They
also
had
seen
rest.
that they did that last year also, but they will do the same. And Sunrisers
Okay,
Hyderabad
so
again.
yeah,
Yes, please.
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
Sunrisers Hyderabad for maybe Abhishek Sharma, because the match is in Sharjah, so maybe Shabazz Nadeem missed the game, or Abhishek Sharma comes in, and it depends on Vijay Shankar, because Vijay Shankar gives a great balance to the team, because before he injured again, second time, yes, if I'm correct, second time in 2 matches ago while bowling again. Uh, he
Yeah,
was in
while
great
bowling.
touch. He was in great touch, giving 3 overs and wicket also. And with the bat, he was played
Yeah,
nice
he
knock
won the
and
game
great knock
along
for
with
the
Manish Pandey.
money Monday. Twice. So it depends on Vijay Shankar how would be the combination of SRH. But I'll
Yeah,
go again with
so
Mumbai
you
Indians.
feel okay. So, but you feel that Mumbai will have that changes in the likes of Chris Lynn and Mitchell McClenaghan. So Chris Lynn will be in for, means
Trent
who
Bolt,
will replace Trent Bolt
Trent
and
Bolt,
McClenaghan.
Quinton de Kock, and finally we will see uh, Ishan Kishan keeping for Mumbai Indians in 2020.
Yeah. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed as well and had a good time. So tomorrow, tune in. Tomorrow, another crucial game, as tomorrow is the last league game of this IPL, and tomorrow is the day where we'll actually have our fourth team who will qualify to the playoffs. So how interesting it has been, guys. This was a question which this was something which I mentioned right at the start. How exciting this IPL has been when the world was surrounded with morbidity and negativity all around, and suddenly an IPL comes and such an intriguing season where we get our last team for the playoffs right there
In
in
the
the
last
last
league match.
game of the last league match,
Hmm.
so it has really gone down to the wire, and the interest of the fans means, as fans of Indian cricket, it has been a blessing. It has been a blessing in these unprecedented times.
Yeah. Not only for Indian cricket fans, but around the world,
Yeah,
IPL is a
global.
quality league. IPL is a quality league, and
Correct.
people watch around the globe. And but we can say that yes, things weren't going our way in the month of March, as COVID came, and the world was suffering from COVID-19. And later, finally, we had IPL coming on September 19th, and it was a wonderful journey. We didn't believe that without crowds we'll be able to enjoy IPL this season, but with those artificial speakers, uh, players must have not enjoyed that, but we were enjoying the match
Yeah,
sitting at our place.
correct. And I'd also like to give the due credit to BCCI for conducting this IPL in a very smooth manner and
Hmm.
without any mishap. So, with the grace of Almighty, everything has went
And
good.
I would
Also,
like to add
yeah,
on that whosoever is working for that biosecure bubble, they have done a wonderful work. We haven't seen a
yeah,
single case since the very beginning of the matches. Earlier, we had seen that players like Rituraj Gaikwad and Deepak Chahar suffering from COVID-19. But the moment the matches got start and the matches started, we haven't seen a single player or a single support staff suffering from COVID-19. They have done an exceptional job, and I salute each and every person who has worked for that biosecure bubble in the United Arab Emirates.
correct. I agree. Means accommodating 8 teams with players from different nationality is a huge
Hmm.
task, and I would also like to. Uh, Praise the players for being in that bio bubble and not breaking that bio bubble, because it, as we are in our houses, it looks a run of mill task, but it's not that easy to remain in that bio bubble for, let's say, 60
For such
days,
a longer duration,
or rather,
yeah,
yeah, for
staying in
such a
your
long
rooms, not
duration,
going out,
because
not
because that
visiting the
mental
markets.
toll
Hmm.
takes
Yeah,
because that
that
mental
hits.
toll takes on your body someday. But a commendable job, means efforts from all the all the aspects of cricket, all the stakeholders, because we as fans also were waiting with the bated breath to watch IPL and see the players back in action, especially the Indian players. And as you mentioned, a commendable job by BCCI and all the others involved in that smooth functioning of that bio bubble and the conducting the IPL. So, Aman, any closing comments? Otherwise, I'll wrap up.
Yes, yeah. Actually, I watched some videos, watched the videos of doctors who were testing players after 3 days, and they were making sure the BCI that if any player get affected with COVID-19, infected with COVID-19, they will guarantee that no one COVID-19, the infection will not affect or transfer to other players. The way they are testing and the kind of precaution they were taking outside of the clinic and inside also. So big salute to
Correct.
all the teammates of doctors and whoever the conducting these things.
Correct. And on this very positive note, I'll wrap up the today's session, and would like to request the viewers to please subscribe the channel, press the notification bell icon, like the video, and tune in your alarms for tomorrow 11:45 p.m. We'll positively have our expert Mr. Monty Panesar with us, and we'll discuss on tomorrow's game and also on the top 4 teams who would have qualified till that time. So it's good night and goodbye from my side.